particulate filter. This truck's been having issues with not fully rejetting, saying that this diesel particulate filter's plugged. So what we did here is, first thing to do is, if you look up from underneath, there's 2 bolts in, 1 bolt in each one of these holes, and 1 bolt in each of those. There's actually only 2 on each side that you'll have to pull out. They go into the bottom of these steps. So 2 on each side, and then 2 up here on the top, and that gets this back step piece off. And then this piece has 2 bolts on each side on the bottom and 2 bolts on each side on the top, and this piece will come out. And that's those 2 pieces, just a few bolts. Then what you'll have to do is take your 4 bolts out of this. They're little 8mm heads on them, and that comes off. Now in a perfect world you'll get this sensor out, but I've had it soaking in PB Blaster and there's no getting her out. Now I pulled that clamp just to make it easier. We'll put her back on when we get done. And then once you get that piece out, you look back here, there's a little tube goes on right there. So I pulled that tube. Normally you can get the clip to release, but ours is full of dirt. I don't know why ours was full of mud. So I just did that little hose clamp and pulled it off there, and then pulled it out to get it out of my way. Then you pull the 2 big clamps there. One goes right here, one goes here. That'll all break free, and you can just roll that out. I had my helper hold this up so I could get that out. Then you want to clean both these surfaces and get a new exhaust gasket. Some of them look like they don't take it, but they do. These have 2 big flange gaskets. You can see on here where this one's still left. You got to get that old one all broke off of there. Otherwise you're not going to seal. If you just leave that piece on there, she's not going to seal. You got to clean her up her down. You got to do that on both sides. You can see this one over here is still hanging out too. So what we do is, the flow on this thing goes from in here and out here. So what I do is I start with an air hose and I blow in this way. Be careful not to wreck these tubes. So you blow air through all the way through, and I'll go over it a couple of times and let the pressure build. And it'll blow all kinds of soot and pink dust out of there. What looks like rust and soot. So after I get it blowing pretty clear, then I'll stand that thing up on this side like this. I usually put it on the edge of the concrete outside to where part of it's off the edge. Then I get a garden hose. Remember, you got to go backwards through it. There is a flow on the side here. It tells you which way flow is, but make sure you're reverse flowing. And then you'll put water to it, and you'll wash it out with a garden hose. Then, after you wash it with the garden hose, you want to blow it out again with air and get as much water out as you can. And it'll look all nasty like that. And then what I like to do, quicker than I like. This truck has to go out first thing in the morning, so normally I like to let that thing sit overnight with the heater on it, cook all that water out. But what I did instead was I had it up to the heater and got it good and hot, and then I blew it out. That's what all that is. Then I put it to the heater again and then blew it out again, and I got to where there was no water coming out. Be very, very diligent about getting these things dry. If you leave any water in there, when you run your truck, the soot will almost immediately clog them up. They have to be nice and dry if you use water to do them. I haven't tried one with just air. What this is going to do is it's going to save you. So this piece here at Kenworth is going to cost us $3,800. This is the second one I've washed out. The first one, I washed it out, reset the DPF code, boom. That truck's still running fine. That was over a week and a half ago. So this one will throw it back on. Kenworth should be here with my parts anytime. We'll throw it back in and get this one. This is our transport, our heavy hauler. So it's got to be going first thing in the morning. We got loads to send with her. She's been having this problem for about a week with the code not regenning. So I tried to regen her first and she wouldn't regen. So if you can't get one regen and they're still plugged, don't buy one. All you gotta do is just clean one out.